Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 2 of Avalon Craft. So the goal for today is really quite simple, and that is to get a villager breeder working. And over there you can already see Shadowsea place in his new fancy diamond gear, placing down some blocks that will be the outline of the crop farm. And yeah, so we should probably go to sleep now. So we have just come back to that village that we have discovered in the first episode, and it looks like it has been a bit corrupted. So if you just take a look at this house, for example, it looks like cut in half. And we have figured out that this is just on a chunk border. So it's probably something due to, I don't know, chunk saving, or what do you think, Shadowsea?
Oh, look at this. I think I know what happened. This chunk is rotated. If you check this side and this side, no, it's not rotated. But it looks like
this is not a big Tetris game, you know.
It looks like this house belonged to that one. But yeah, this is all corrupted, and we have no idea why or how did this happen.
Oh, yes, it is actually. Because if you check this road over here,
yeah,
there is also a piece of road here.
There, right? So it seems rotated. Like
actually
180
not.
degrees.
No, it's not rotated. Those two chunks are actually... This chunk over here should be here.
Yeah.
And the other one should be there.
Oh my god. Oh, yes!
Because if you take a look at this house, here you see the door.
Yeah. It's one chunk. Oh my god. How did we do it? Should we report this?
I have no idea.
I mean, I made a backup. I copied the files over intact. Like, I didn't do any change to this. Okay, so if this chunk belongs to here... Oh, So where does the other chunk belong? If you know what I mean.
Yeah,
that one
exactly.
over there.
There should be at least one more corrupted.
This is like a puzzle, and we are completely missing the other half of this tower.
Now we can make a hunt for that chunk.
Come over here. This is like the weirdest thing. There are like some... If you point down here, you can see black lines for blocks.
Oh, yeah.
That are not there.
This bed is occupied. So this is a bed.
Yeah, it's a bed.
Yeah. And I can't... Are you sleeping on it? No, there is a village. Can I break this? Because I'm interested.
Maybe you can.
Let's see. Oh, we actually get a bed. After 3 minutes of investigation, we have discovered that this chunk is changed with this chunk, so that... And that's basically because of the structures that are in the area. So we can see this path should be connected to that well over there. And we can also see this door entrance to a house that should belong to this house over here. And we know that this chunk should be in that position over there, but we have no idea where there is the missing piece of this tower. But otherwise, well, the world is still playable, so there is not a big problem here. But while we are over here, let me try to get the villagers over. So let's try by placing a working station, and we have the attention of that villager, and basically we'll do that the entire way to get our villagers to the breeder. So now we are getting the final villager into the breeder, or the crop farm that the Shadowsea place is building. So it has been quite a lot of work, because some of those villagers didn't really like to cooperate with me. But it looks like we'll be able to get this final one into the farm. And we have our first villager.
And he's a farmer. That is awesome. Trap him quickly. Oh my god.
I can't, because we are all out of glass.
Okay. I'm gonna try to... Oh my god. We are so unprepared.
No! Just look at this beautiful glass wall, and then you have
dirt. There you go. But yeah, but now he's not going anywhere. He can't not be a farmer. Yeah, that's what he was born for.
Totally.
Okay, don't do that. Please.
He was totally born to be a farmer.
Yeah, he's already ruining our thing.
It has been a couple of days since the last clip, and I have came to a realization that we have a bit of a problem here on this server, and that is mainly the food situation. So we have one farm over here and some animals over here, but those aren't quite enough to supply us with food. So my thought is, let's make a first shop here on the server, and I really don't know where exactly to put it, but I was thinking over on top of that hill, and if other members don't like that, we can always change the location. But in the last clip we worked... okay, so it looks like Shadowsea has made some progress while I was offline. So he actually talked about building a building, but I didn't know that that would be built so fast. So last time we managed to build this breeder over here. Well, at least I helped at the start, but then later Shadowsea finished it since I had to already go. And it looks like he already got some villagers out of them, so that is really nice. And we also have an imposter, it looks like. But yeah, we'll have to get some potions to cure him back. But now let's start with our first shop in this area. The chicken farm that I had in mind is a bit similar to the one that I built in the Skyblock 5 world. And due to the abundance of components here, I can build actually whatever I want. And it will be one of those super simple chicken farms that use chickens to lay eggs, and those are then dispensed to a small chamber. When they grow up, they get cooked by that lava, and that is basically the way this entire farm will work. Now that we have finished our first farm here on the server, as well as the first shop that we'll have, I have figured out a big problem with this design. You see, on the Skyblock world I built this out of snow, and here I built it out of wool, and well, you may not see that as a problem, but if I tell you that we have a lava bucket in this chicken farm to cook all the chickens, then you slowly start to realize, yeah, that's a bit of a problem. But I'm still going to keep it as a wool, because I think that it looks a bit better. And I also put some ore blocks there instead of wool blocks, just, well, because I can. And the way I will fix it is actually I'll dig up a small hole that will go 5 blocks down, and that is where the chickens will be cooked. And then we will send up the items through an item elevator and sort them, so we'll have a little sorter for the feathers, as well as the cooked chickens, which will go into these chests. And that is basically how we will do it. So now that we know what we'll do, we'll need to find some chicken eggs in order to bring them to the chicken. So let's do that. So while searching for animals, or chickens to be exact, I have found this little hill on top of that base area that we have here, and we have chickens, cows, and llamas, so this is like an entire zoo in one place. But we are here for chickens, so let's get them back to our base. So now that we have both of our chickens, let's make our way back to spawn. And this will probably take quite some time. So now that the chickens are kind of close enough to the chicken, we can actually observe the differences between them. And I still see that some blocks should be placed on top of their wings, because over there we don't have them. So let's place those in once we get there as well. And now that we have the chickens inside of the farm, let's start digging out this area and prepare it for the farm itself. And there we have it, the first farm ever on the Avalon Craft server that is fully automated. So I'm really quite proud of this exterior, as well as the interior, which is over here. So we can see that I have done a quite not that greatly compact build, but we have a lot of room, so that doesn't really matter. So over here we have the chicken cell, And the idea here is to have as many chickens as possible in one cell, and I'm currently breeding them, so that is why this farm is not functional yet. Well, it is functional, but it's not operational yet because of the 2 little chickens in that cell. So the idea is that they would lay eggs, those eggs would go into this dispenser, get fired on top of this slab. When they grow up, they would burn, and the items would go up this water elevator that I have used kelp for, making sure that every block is source block. Then we also have an item filter up there that will filter out the cooked chicken, which will go into this chest, and the feathers will go into that chest. And the idea here is that you would, let's say, have a sign telling you that one stack of, let's say, chickens costs, I don't know, 1 diamond. And the last thing to do here is to define the price. It has been a couple of weeks here on the Avalon Craft server, and this farm has been producing chickens like crazy. So we can see that this entire chest is now completely filled up with cooked chicken, and the entire system is actually backed up all the way to the water elevator inside. And we'll have to find a better way of storing them. But meanwhile, we actually got our first customer, and that is really great. So thank you for buying the first 3 stacks of cooked chicken from this shop. And yeah, but this is all that we had time for today, so thank you all for watching. This has been LordJohn25, and I will see you in the next video.